Hey, this is Amanda with Art Therapy. We are going to talk about mantras today. While we're doing an acrylic painting, it's going to be a very happy painting. We're going to use a lot of yellows and positive colors. You can always choose your own colors, but as you will see, there are colors that uplift you, and there are some colors that make you calmer. Blues, and greens are calming colors, and the yellows and oranges are uplifting colors, and we're going to use both of those. We do have our little inspiration board, and it has all little things on it to remind us to put healing and calming things into our painting. Now let's talk about some of the materials that we will be using. Of course, we have our many different brushes. Like I said before, it's going to be acrylic. So I have the little tubes of acrylic paint, but I also have the big acrylic. You use less water with these. Recycling mode, so I just have some boxes that I tore up to be my little palette for today. And here's our canvas. I've also got some paper towels to wipe my brushes off and 2 cups of water, so I can make sure and rinse my brushes out good. Okay, so I have a pencil too, because we're going to draw as we go. Remember, like when you're putting pencil on the canvas, you want to do it light. We're going to do the canvas into kind of aya. It doesn't have to be perfect, but we're going to do it into thirds. So come down and do a line across, and then again, like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect, but now we have 1, 2, 3 sections. So when I use my mantras, I usually do it in the morning because it helps set the tone of my day. It can help shape how you respond to the world also. Now that I have my painting in 3 sections, I'm going to do something really easy and fun and kind of draw some like childlike clouds, just like you did when you were younger. So they're going to be kind of fluffy and round on top. And then let's just do a flat bottom. So we're going to try and do it as straight to the end. So there's that first cloud in the first section. 1, 2, 3. Another thing is mantras help you focus on your energy. So that's always a good thing. So since we have one over here, let's balance it out and put another one over here. And just round how you want it. You don't want them to overlap. So see, this is coming here, so I'm going to stop it right there. And take it, and it's going to be flat all the way over here. Perfect. Now let's do, of course, so we did the left side, right side, back over to the left side. And we're going to do it fluffy on top. Again, maybe that's got a big one. And this one's going to come all the way over to maybe the edge here. And then we'll go and put the bottom on. All right, so then at the very, very bottom, we're going to do another one. So what is a mantra? A mantra in today's world kind of means intention, but the word actually, if you take it apart, means man, and tra, which means vehicle or transportation. So it's actually transporting your mind to a better place. I like that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Should we put a small one here? I'm thinking no. You could put a small one there if you want to in your world, but we don't have to. So we have our 3 parts and we have our clouds. Now let's go ahead and put a line kind of closer to the right, not in the center, but to the right of the center. We're gonna do a line down. And that's where we're gonna put like a person. That's gonna be us here. So you can make it a male or female. And we're gonna do a small rounded kind of U to do that where the little face would be. And then we're gonna pull that down into some shoulders right around where that cloud is. Okay? Now let's pull out an arm this way. And we see how we're just gonna put in ourselves, which could be our inner selves in this painting. So I'm pulling out kind of a body. As we see, there's a waist. So then what comes next is gonna be the legs. And we're gonna put, she's gonna be kicking up. I'm gonna have my personality kicking her leg up a little bit. And then this one, I wanna just go straight down to mirror that straight line. So we're gonna just pull it down. And I think I'm gonna add a little bit more to this top cloud because I want her head to be inside of that cloud. So, and I can just go back and erase that first line, which is gonna get painted over anyways, but okay. So let's pull this arm in and then we're gonna make it kind of come out. And let's make her have a flower in her hand. That's gonna represent our growth. And it can just be, just like we did the clouds, a very simplistic flower. And we're gonna paint that in later. All right, so let's pull her leg. We'll do this side of the leg and we'll do the feet as we paint. And then we'll pull out her calf. So now we see 1, 2 legs, we have 2 arms, our head, and we're gonna put a little hand here. Just flying in the wind because our person is carefree because they talk wonderfully and beautifully to themselves and to others. So there we go. All right. Now our pencil work is kind of done. Now we can start on our colors. So I'm thinking, like I said before, positive colors like yellow and then blue, which is calming. So let's go in with the yellow first. This one's not open. I have to open it. Okay. It's pretty bright. We'll get a good amount because we're going to put it in a couple different places. And I want kind of a smaller brush. Here we go. Got a flat brush, it's kind of smaller. I'm going to take my water and then go ahead and get a paper towel ready if I need it. And then get the yellow on my brush, both sides. And let's go ahead and put a lot of yellow on the top. That's gonna look bright and pretty. So some of the potential benefits of doing a mantra in the morning is increased self-awareness, which we all are on a journey of knowing ourselves. It's one of the most wonderful journeys of life, so that's good. And you get to reduce stress because it puts you in a better mindset. And see, we're just following these lines as we go. You get a greater sense of calm, and who cannot use that in today's society? reduced anxiety, a more positive outlook, less fatigue, and improved memory, and that's just a few. So there's plenty of positive benefits of speaking positively to yourself through mantras in the morning or anytime. So we're filling up that first third of our painting everywhere where we haven't drawn a cloud. So this will be our sky. So this technique is actually called color blocking. So we're just blocking off. It's going to be, you can mix colors, but usually this technique is done with straight pigment from your bottle or your already paint. But because when you start mixing colors, it can create shadows, and this is more about the graphics. We're just standing apart, not really making something so realistic. It's about a feeling almost. And while you're painting, you can be saying to yourself nice mantras. I love me. I am full of energy. There's so many. Okay, we're almost done with that. I think we need yellow in another place. So, and we probably will put a little bit of it in another place, but I'm gonna do this cloud down here, yellow. So we're gonna represent it at the top and the side. So I see that I didn't finish her feet, so I'm kind of just gonna draw them out really quick. Because I don't want to paint where I'm putting her feet yellow. Okay, there you go. These boots were made for walking. See, what's cute? We put her some little boots on. And now we're gonna take this and we're gonna fill in our bottom cloud with that yellow. Again, we're not doing where we drew out that figure. We're leaving that blank still. And we're just going in and doing the cloud part. Man, that yellow's already making me feel up, alert. It's crazy how colors can do that. Okay, I'm gonna pull this up just so I can get that bottom part and right in her little heel. Oop. Okay. There we go. I'm gonna set that back in there to dry. Wipe my brush off, and now we are going to do, let's do a light blue now. A light blue. Oh, actually, I'm gonna go back in. I'm gonna put sunglasses. So I'm gonna do 2 circles on my person here. So we're gonna put her little sunglasses on. We may not do too many features of the face. Like I may go back and we may put a little bit of lips, but it's not about the fine details in here, like I said before. So let's do this nice light blue for our next color. And Also, my lady is gonna have a dress on, yes, okay, so I see that already. So let me get a little bit smaller than what we were just using, because I will be in some smaller places. But about the same brush, it's a flat brush with, I'm gonna I put a little water on my brush, I'm gonna go right into the blue. And we will do some light blue in her dress. So see where this cloud is? We're color blocking. So we've made lines within lines. So I'm just going to do the bottom sleeve in this color that's inside of the cloud. Blue, this light blue. And then I'm going to come in, and do you see how the cloud goes right here on her body, on her torso? We're gonna go in and we're gonna just paint the part of her torso that is inside the cloud this same color. Now just her torso, we're not painting the whole inside of that cloud. It's just gonna be her torso and where her dress ends. And you can follow me, it's kind of easy to see. And now I'm filling in where her dress is, but I'm not going to paint the rest of this cloud that color, just those. But guess what? Now we have that in the center, so we need to represent that blue somewhere else. And I don't want to do it here. So you know what I think I am going to do? Remember how I talked about putting another cloud here? We are going to put another cloud here. We're going to put a tiny cloud here. We need a tiny cloud here. Okay, it's going to be the only thing that kind of layers over the other one. And we're going to do the big fluffy on top and then as straight as possible apart, okay? So it's got two places, so we're color blocking, so we can't do the whole thing, this color. So we're just going to do the bottom that's in the last third. So we're gonna go with that line that we already did and just fill in this bottom part, because those two tops are gonna have to be a different color. Okay, so now we have that color representing twice on here. Some will be 3 times. It'll be either, we're gonna do our colors either twice or 3 times in our painting. But we want a nice balance to it, because that's really what makes it calming to the eye when we're making a nice calming painting. So, okay, we're good with that color. Let's do a darker blue now. So I'm gonna go with phthalo blue. That was not even either. So you may be wondering, how do I use these mantras? So I do them in the morning, because I wish that I had a lot of time, but I do them actually when I'm brushing my teeth, when I'm putting on my makeup. I like to look at myself when I do them. Not everybody has to do that. You can just find time and sit down in a quiet place and do them. But if you don't have time to do that, it's always, anytime that you have time to talk to yourself in a good manner, it's always time for that, right? So we have this darker blue. Let's do this side over here. We're gonna do this in a dark blue. Ooh, that's nice and really dark, isn't it? Okay. So we have that flower in her hand, so we're gonna have to go around that. Scoot on in there. And you want to breathe while you do your mantras. So it's just through your nose and out through your mouth. And that can also naturally relax you, which is nice. Okay, get this in here. I'm just trying not to get any of the blue inside of the hand, and I'm leaving some room for us to do our flower. And we'll fill this whole side. Just to the second, third line right there, and want to go straight. Now all that can be filled up. And we need to put this color somewhere else. So then we're going to think about, we can already start thinking about where are we going to put this color. I thought down here, but that's, you don't want both your colors too close together. So think about balancing them. If it's on one side, don't put it on that same side. Try and figure out how am I going to put it on the other side. So I'm going to think about this because that really is a deep blue. I may just try and do it again, like encompass it here because I want to put some buttons. That is kind of close, but it's really dark. I don't want to put another big dark place, but we're going to think about that. So we're going to come back to that. Let's go ahead and do a green. I'm going to do some green, but I'm going to actually mix it with that blue, with a little bit of blue. So I'm trying to make kind of a teal color. I thought I had a teal, but I don't. Okay, so I want to make it teal. So I did some blue and green. I'm going to mix those together. I'm going to put a little bit of this dark blue in here. There we go. Okay. Let's take this guy and we are going to paint. Nope, don't like it there. We're going to paint this up here. I think that was too matchy-matchy to put that down there. We may end up putting this color over here. That may be where that's going. So I kind of think through things as we're going. It's okay if you want to plan it out. That's cool too, but it's kind of fun to think as you're actually doing something. So we're going to just fill this up. with that green. Kind of do crisscross and add some texture in the paint, put a little bit more paint on there. And we're just going with our lines. Okay, that's cool. Let's do this little spot over here. So we're gonna go in. Color block here. All right, there we go. The cool thing about this is you don't have to blend too much, so that's awesome. Let's do a bright pink. This is just, they call it magenta, but magenta is really a different color than this. So we'll just call this hot pink. That's more of a magenta color. Okay, so we're gonna get a small brush because I think I'm gonna do her top pink. I wanna do this pink. Pink, I think we're gonna do 3 times because I like pink. Okay, so I got a small brush. I wet it a little bit. I'm gonna go straight into the color. And we're going to just put it in the, ooh, that's pretty. That's so pretty. And then fill in this cloud here. Now, you know, doing the mantras does take practice. If you're anything like me, it's easy to get caught up in everything else and not be able to spend time with my mind. But it just takes practice. So if it doesn't work out for you the first time, you can always try it again. And if your mind does wander, just kind of gently say, oh, I'm supposed to be meditating, pull it back in, you know. We don't have to be like, I can't do that. Okay, yeah, we want our lines as crisp as possible. So I think I'm gonna do the top of her dress in the pink. I'm just gonna use that line. I think that's fine instead of making more lines. We want it to be simplistic. So I'm just gonna use that first 1/3 line as the top of her dress. and then just pull it in. Okay, cool. And let's do our shoes pink. That's what we'll do. We'll do no, let's do the tip of this cloud pink. That's what we'll do. So we're gonna go back on that. The cloud that's in the second quadrant of our painting, and just paint that top to where that line is. Okay, there we go. Cool. All right, let's do, I think, some violet. Let me check out this violet. I may need to add some white to it. So let me check it out first. So I'm gonna do this and get us another brush, wet it, and let me see how this looks. I may need to make it a little lighter. No, I like it. Okay, so that'll work. That'll work. So let's do this guy in this lavender, and we'll come back and do this. We have some special stuff to do in that one. So let's just start by filling this cloud in. We're just gonna go around her. Okay, now we can fill it in. Okay, I need a little bit more bright purple is what this is called. So now I'm going around the hand, and I just want to gently paint around those details because we're going to leave those blank for us to come back with color, which you can paint on top of acrylic. So if you get in these fingers and you're not as precise as me as keeping it blank, it'll be fine. It's not crazy important. If you were doing watercolor, it would be crazy important, but we're doing acrylic, so it's more forgiving. I just like to keep it clear until I put the color on. And if you go back and see, I don't like some of these strokes, so I'm just going to go back with the color. And now that I've got it blocked in, just do some crisscross strokes around here to make it look a little calming to me. There. Okay, so now we're going to come up here. I want her hair to be part of this cloud. So I'm actually only going to come down and do this around to her neck, and then I'm going to do the cloud this part. So this part is her on top, and we're not doing that purple. That'll be a different color. Okay. So, okay, we have a few more places to fill. I think we're going to make a darker color. I'm going to use this purple that I have here and probably this blue, and I'm going to add a little brown to it because I want this to be dark, but not completely black. But this is going to make it a very darker color. And I can already use a paintbrush that I already did in a dark color. And I'm going to take a little bit of this brown and put it inside of the purple and mix it together. Okay, I hate that color. Let's not use that. Let's not use that. Okay, I'm going to go in with this green. This is a forest green. It's going to work well with the other colors. Instead of trying to blend us a darker color, we were just, oh yes, that's going to be fine. So we'll do this green, and then we'll probably do her glossy green. So we'll go in. There we go. Get this nice and fluid. We're going to go in here and paint. Oh, I like that. Okay, and then the straight bottom. And I'm going to come around and do around our little yellow cloud. So as you see, I like to kind of get my edges done and then come back in, because you have to be refined with your edges. And you want them nice and crisp, but then when you're doing the inside, you can just willy-nilly it, and it's. So I come first and get this kind of detailed part done, and then just go in there and go for it. right, now that I've got that done, I'm gonna come in, put a whole bunch on my brush and just go. I actually need to pour some more out. And this type of acrylic is really thick, so I'm gonna put more water with it. Okay. All right, that's cool. So I guess we're going to take this and I'm gonna make her hair this blue color because we've got to represent that again. So let me get a smaller brush and we're gonna go right into that blue. And get it nice and inky. And pull it down in the shape of that cloud. But let's throw it off a little and make it a little bloop curl. Be like, oh, that is her hair. Is it the cloud? Is it her hair? And then we can come in. We have her glasses. And then we're going to go around her face and pull it down her neck and shoulder. And then we can fill all that in. Come around here and I'm going to give her, pull her hair around. And behind her head, there we go, bam. So then we'll go back and paint her face on. Oh, I see I left a little space here, didn't I? There she is. I see her coming out. I see her. And let me just fix her head a little bit because she's got a weird shape going on there. There we go, girl. There you go. She's looking cute now. And let's take a small brush and do that same color and go ahead and give her some buttons here. That's going to be cute. So the same color that we have, and I got a very little tiny brush, and we're going to come in and do 1, 2, 3, maybe four or five buttons. There's no precise. You don't want them directly down the center. We're going with the garment. So here's the front of the garment. So we want them go with how the garment goes. It's going to look weird if you put them on her side. So try and think about where is the front of her garment. Of course, she's facing more this way, so it's gonna be over to the right on this one, but it could be different on yours. There she goes. There's her little buttons. I'm thinking for sure we need to make her, see, we have her shoes, and do you see how we have those cloud lines? We're gonna use those cloud lines as the tops of her shoes, even though they don't match, it kind of just flows. So I'm thinking, I know we said we were only gonna do a color like 2 to 3 times, but I really want them to be pink. So I think I'm gonna do those pink. That same pink that we did on these, I think I'm gonna go down and do her shoes on. And I still have it on here, and we didn't mix it. Ooh, I don't like that brush. We didn't mix it. So I can just get another brush that I like and go straight into the color and put that down there. So I'm gonna start where that cloud line is, and then just fill up all the whole rest of her leg down to her feet where we made her little boots. So I do have to lift this up a little though. There we go. Go down for the heel. And then paint it all the way to her toe. So this one's gonna be up, because see, we're here. And you're like, ooh, that looks like she's like, it really doesn't. I think it just goes along with the flow of the painting, even though there are 2 different sizes of shoes. Things in the art world, guess what, don't have to make sense. In reality, sometimes it's just about looking good and what flows. So we don't have to worry about reality, because people wouldn't wear 2 size shoes, but I promise it's gonna look good at the end. Okay, there we go. We've got that done. Oh, we didn't do the green on her glasses. I think I'm gonna do that after I put her skin on. So I'm really looking at 2 more colors, so we have to decide. So I'm thinking, guess what? 1 more yellow, either on the top of this cloud or the bottom. So let me get a little bit more yellow. I don't think I have enough on here. And okay. We're gonna do this top little part of this cloud is gonna be yellow. And what are we gonna do with that bottom part? Let's do it a mixture. We're gonna do it in blue, in the blue family. So I'm gonna take this light blue that we've already used. Oh, you know what, I'm gonna take this I got a whole different blue. We're not mixing again. We're gonna do this. This is called, well, they just call this one Azul, but it's kind of a medium blue. If you don't have all these colors, you could take the dark blue and just add white to it until you get this color. Okay, so Let's test it first before we put all of it on there. Ooh, I like it. Okay, so I like it. Yay, we're good. All right, so we're gonna fill this up. Okay. Now I'm confused. Do I want to do this color or this color on these eyeglasses? Let's go ahead and paint her skin and then decide. So I'm going to do a gold, this raw sienna, and some orange to her skin. Do some orange. Ooh, that's so bright. I mean, let's just do this pretty. That's so pretty. Let's just do this. She's going to be orange. Never mind, I don't want her to be orange. Let me add some gold to her. Ooh, this gold is seeing some better days, but we're gonna get some of it out of there. There we go. Okay. Ooh, that's pretty. That gold has a lot of glitter in it, actually. That's gonna make it pretty. All right, and we're gonna add water, 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 water to this. Okay, so let's go in here and get her legs. All the way down to her cloud boot. And this brush is too big to do her hands and her face, but let's get a smaller brush and we're gonna do, yay, her hand, her little arm and hand over here. And then she has this little place here. Shows her arm. There's her thumb holding the flower. And then we'll come back in with our little fingers. That way. And now we get to do her face. Going around her glasses. And then come down her neck to her shoulders and just fill that in also. Okay. Now we're almost done. We're gonna go back and do our eyes, and then I don't know, figure out what we're gonna do with the color of this. I'm thinking either yellow or white, because it could be a flower of light. I don't know. I'm thinking of all kinds of stuff. So let's go back, and we're going to do the green as the shade color. So I got a really tiny brush. I'm gonna put a tad bit of yellow with that green. I really want that green to pop up there. So then I'm gonna take my pinky and put it on the paint that's already dry. And go around and do my little circles around her glasses. Okay, and then you can do on her nose and to her hairline. And now we're just gonna take that green and blue and a couple different colors. It really doesn't matter. You just wanted a darker shade. And we're gonna go back in. Fill it right in. There we go. Okay. Now let's take, you know what I think I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do this, which I already have, but I'm gonna add a little bit of white to it so it'll just be a little brighter. Oops, sorry. And go back in with a really skinnier than that, the tiniest detail brush. And mix these colors more, just pull a little bit of blue into the white because we want it pretty bright. Get that nice and mixed in there. And then we're gonna come back in here and do our petals. I don't know, do you think this should be yellow? If you think this should be yellow, do yours yellow. I'm starting to second guess myself. I think that should be yellow. So let's do blue on the inside. And then I'm gonna do a blue stem through her hand. And we'll even add a little leaf. And then I'm gonna wash that off and then dry it off and wash it off because I don't want, if you go right into the yellow, it's gonna make green. We don't want the petals to be green. So I wash that off. Now I'm going, and I'm not gonna do the ones I just painted because that's gonna make them green. I'm gonna go do the dry ones first and then I'll get back around. And you will like that so much better. That looks so bright. That made me happy. We got this bright flower that our mental self is holding. She's in this beautiful sky because we speak beautiful words to ourselves in the morning and all throughout the day. I knew that was gonna be a little green. Yeah, doing this on top, it is making it green, but I'm gonna go back and wait, let it dry for a minute and go back on top of it. Now the last thing, I see we're almost out of time, that you can do, but you don't have to do, if you want to take a very dark purple or black and go back and line it, you can. That will make colors really pop, but you totally don't have to do that. I hope you had a great time. And remember to check out our other programs, and see you next time.